Are you putting in all the hours, grinding day in and day out, only to feel like you're spinning your wheels while someone else gets rich off your work? You do everything you're supposed to. You show up early, stay late, take on extra projects. You are the definition of a hard worker. But when you look at your bank account, and then at the life your boss is living, the math just doesn't add up. There's that nagging feeling in your gut that the game is rigged. That your effort isn't turning into your wealth, but is just fuel for someone else's rocket ship. You're not lazy, and you're not wrong. That feeling is a signal. It means you've stumbled upon the biggest lie of the modern economy, that hard work alone will make you rich. In the next few minutes, I'm going to introduce you to a powerful framework I call the Dominion Thesis, and it will completely change how you see your career and your money. This isn't another productivity hack or a lecture about starting a side hustle. This is a blueprint for how to stop being just a gear and start owning the entire machine. We're going to pull back the curtain on the system that has been quietly siphoning away the value of your labor and give you a new way to think. A way to build real, lasting wealth and take back control. This is the moment you stop trading your life for a wage and start building an empire. So, if you're tired of building someone else's dream, stick around. Section 1. The Great Deception, the problem of linear work. Let's get right to the heart of the problem, the structure of the system you're caught in. Most people operate in a world of linear income. You work an hour, you get paid for an hour. You work 40 hours, you get paid for 40. There's a direct, unbreakable link between your time and your earnings. The issue is, hard work has a ceiling. You can only work so many hours in a day before you burn out. You can only be in one place at a time. Your income is fundamentally capped by your own physical presence and the clock. It's a simple equation, and it's one that guarantees you'll never get truly wealthy. Now, let's look at your employer. They don't play by those rules. They operate on an exponential model because they use something called leverage. The most common form is labor leverage. They hire you, and they don't just get 1 hour of output for 1 hour of pay. They get what economists call the surplus value of your labor. Let's say you're a talented consultant for a big firm. The firm bills your time to a client at $500 an hour, but they pay you $100 an hour. That $400 difference isn't just pulled from thin air, it's the surplus value created by your skills and your time. It's the profit they generate because you are their employee. Multiply that by 8 hours a day, and you've just created $3,200 in value for the firm. Now multiply that by the 100 other consultants in the office. The owner of that firm isn't working 100 times harder than you. They aren't 100 times smarter. They've just positioned themselves to capture the surplus from 100 people's linear effort. While you trade your time for money, they use your time to build their assets. That's the brutal math of the employer-employee relationship. Your hard work builds their machine, not yours. This dynamic has a provocative name: wage slavery. Before you write that off as overly dramatic, think about the mechanics. For centuries, thinkers have drawn parallels between the two, not to equate the horrific physical brutality of slavery, but to point out a shared element: a loss of autonomy. In both systems, one person's labor primarily benefits another, and the laborer is dependent on a master, or capitalist, for their survival. Sure, you're free to leave your job. But are you really? Can you go months without an income? The system is designed so that the ownership of the means of production, the capital, the software, the factories, is in the hands of a few, which forces everyone else to sell their labor to get by. You have the freedom to choose your master, but you're rarely free from needing one. This isn't a moral failing, it's by design. This economic dependency is a powerful tool of control that creates a psychological trap. You become risk-averse. You cling to the security of a paycheck, even if it's suffocating your potential. They're called golden handcuffs for a reason. The salary is just good enough to make you afraid to leave, but not enough to ever give you true freedom. The system isn't set up to empower you, it's set up to make you a predictable, profitable component. A gear. And the craziest part is that we're taught to wear our hard work as a badge of honor. We've confused motion with progress. We're told that if we just work a little harder, we'll make it. But the numbers don't lie. For decades, productivity has skyrocketed, but for many, real wages have barely budged. Someone is capturing that value, and it isn't the person putting in the hours. It's the person who owns the system where those hours are spent. Section 2. The Dominion Thesis: owning the machine. If the problem is being a gear in someone else's machine, the solution is deceptively simple. You have to own the machine. This is the core of what I call the Dominion Thesis. It says that true wealth and freedom don't come from working in a system, but from owning the system itself. It's about shifting from being a resource to being a steward of resources. The word dominion sounds intense, but its root is about stewardship, taking something and cultivating it to create more value. It's about exercising control over your own corner of the world, whether that's a business, an investment, or your own ideas. The Dominion Thesis is a complete rejection of the employee mindset. An employee thinks in tasks, an owner thinks in systems. An employee asks, "What do I need to do?" An owner asks, "How can this get done without me?" The employee's goal is to finish their work to get paid. The owner's goal is to build an asset that generates cash flow, an asset that works for them while they're sleeping. The gear is defined by linear output. The owner benefits from exponential output by applying leverage. This isn't about working harder. In fact, it's often about working less, but on things that have a much higher impact. The janitor works hard. The CEO works hard, too. The difference isn't the effort, it's the leverage. The CEO has leverage through their employees, through the company's capital, and through strategic information. The janitor has a mop. Both are working, but only one position is designed for building wealth. The Dominion Thesis is about making the conscious decision to stop being the person with the mop and start being the person who owns the cleaning company, or better yet, the person who builds the software that schedules all the cleaning companies in the city. Embracing this requires a profound mental shift. You have to stop seeing your job as your source of security and start seeing it as a temporary vehicle, a source of capital and experience that you can use to build your own machine. You stop trading time for money and start using your money, and other people's resources, to buy back your own time. You move from being controlled by your wage to having control over your work, your resources, and your life. You don't win the rat race by running faster on the wheel. You win by getting off and buying the company that makes the wheels. Section 3. The 5 Pillars of Dominion. Okay, theory is great, but a blueprint is useless without instructions. The path from gear to owner is built on 5 pillars. These are the actionable principles that will transform your thinking and your bank account. Pillar 1. The mindset shift from employee to owner. This is the most critical pillar because it's all in your head. You have to fundamentally change how you see yourself. Stop thinking of yourself as someone who has a job. Start thinking of yourself as the CEO of your own company. Me, Inc. Your current job isn't your identity, it's a client. Right now, it might be your biggest client, but it's still just a client. Your goal is to get more clients until this one is no longer essential for your survival. This shift is about going from reactive to proactive. An employee waits for instructions and focuses on pleasing their manager. The CEO of Me, Inc. looks for problems and creates solutions. They don't ask for permission. They think about return on investment, ROI. Is spending an extra hour at the office to look busy a good ROI for Me, Inc.? Nope. Is spending that same hour learning a valuable skill or outlining a business plan a good ROI? Absolutely. This mindset also means you have to take total responsibility. As an employee, there's a safety net. If a project fails, the company takes the hit. As the CEO of Me, Inc., you own every outcome. That's scary, but it's also where all your power comes from. Every win is yours. Every failure is just data. There's no boss to blame. You have to start thinking with a vision-first approach. Most employees get lost in the how of their daily tasks. Owners are obsessed with the why, the long-term vision. What are you building? Where are you going in 5 or 10 years? Without a clear vision for Me, Inc., you'll always be pulled around by the short-term needs of your clients, like your boss. Your vision is your North Star. It's the first real act of taking control. Pillar 2. Identify your machine. You can't build your own machine until you understand how the one you're in right now actually works. This pillar is about becoming a student of systems. You need to zoom out from your day-to-day tasks and see the whole picture of how money is made where you work. Start with your current job. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to become an industrial spy inside your own company. How does the business really make money? Don't just say, "We sell software," go deeper. How do they find customers? What does it cost to get one? Who are the most important people in that process? The salespeople? The engineers? The marketers? Trace the flow of money. When a customer pays your company $10,000, where does it go? A piece goes to your salary, a piece to your coworkers, to rent, to software, to ads. And a big chunk, the profit, goes to the owners. Seeing this laid out can be a radical experience. You start to see your salary not as a reward, but as just another expense on a spreadsheet. Once you get your own company, look at your whole industry. What are the different business models? Think about Blockbuster and Netflix. Blockbuster's machine was based on physical stores with high costs. Netflix's first machine was DVDs by mail with lower costs, and its current machine is streaming, which has incredible leverage. Same industry, totally different machines. Finally, audit yourself. What's your role in the machine? Are you a replaceable part, or do you have a rare skill that's essential? Knowing where you stand tells you how much leverage you have. Your goal is to use this knowledge to either become essential or, even better, to design a more efficient machine yourself. Look, I get it. This kind of analysis can feel like a lot. You might be mapping out your company and realizing just how big the machine is. You might be feeling excited and a little nervous at the same time. That's good. It means you're waking up. But you don't have to do it alone. The journey from gear to owner is a marathon, and you need a support team. That's why I created a community of people on this exact same path. If you're serious about taking control, click the link in the description and join our private Discord server. It's a place to share strategies, break down business models, and keep each other accountable. Don't just watch this and go back to your routine. Take the first step. Click the link and let's start building together. Pillar 3. Build your first machine. Theory is one thing, but action is everything. This pillar is about getting your hands dirty. The goal isn't to quit your job tomorrow and take out a huge loan. That's an employee's idea of starting a business, one big, risky leap. An owner starts small. You build a simple, low-risk machine while your main client is still paying the bills. The purpose of this first machine isn't to make you a millionaire. It's to teach you how ownership and leverage actually feel. So what does a first machine look like? It's anything that breaks the link between your time and your money. For example, a knowledge machine. You're a great accountant. Instead of just doing your 9 to 5, you spend a weekend creating a short video course on the top 10 tax mistakes small businesses make. You put it online for $50. You built it once. It can sell 1,000 times while you sleep. The machine is the product. A micro-labor machine. You're a good graphic designer. You land a freelance project for $500. Instead of doing it yourself, you hire a talented designer on a platform like Upwork for $150 to do the work under your direction. You pocket the $350 difference. You acted as the manager, not the laborer. You just experienced the same leverage your boss uses. The machine was your project management system. A micro-capital machine. You notice a specific type of vintage watch sells for way more on eBay than what local pawn shops ask. You take $1,000, buy 2 watches, clean them up, take great photos, and sell them for a total of $1,600. You just used your capital to make more capital. The machine was your arbitrage system. Notice the theme? These are small, controlled experiments. They're what investors call asymmetric bets. The most you can lose is small, but the potential upside is huge. Your first machine might be clunky. It might even fail. That's okay. Failure is just data. The point is to build something, anything, that generates value without you trading hour for hour. The first time you make $1 while you're on vacation or asleep, a switch will flip in your brain. You'll have tasted real economic freedom, and you'll never want to go back to just being a gear. Pillar 4. Master asymmetric risk and AMP. Leverage. Once you've built your first simple machine, it's time to understand the fuel that makes them go. Leverage and its cousin, asymmetric risk. This is where you learn to scale your efforts and your wealth. Leverage is just getting a massive output from a small input. We've touched on the types, but let's master them. Labor leverage. This is what your boss uses, hiring people. You start small by hiring one freelancer. You master it by building systems that let you manage bigger teams, turning their collective effort into a single output that benefits you. Capital leverage. This is using money to make more money. It could be debt, like a mortgage, where you control a $500,000 house with $100,000, or equity, investing in stocks or businesses. The master of capital leverage deploys money strategically into assets that they understand. Code and media leverage. This is the most powerful form of leverage today. The investor Naval Ravikant calls it permissionless leverage. You don't need anyone's permission to write code or create media. A piece of software, a viral video, or a popular blog can be duplicated infinitely at almost no cost. It works for you 24/7, reaching millions. This is how you go from one to one to one to many. The other side of this is asymmetric risk. The employee with a safe 9 to 5 is actually taking a huge risk. They have one single source of income. If they lose it, everything collapses. The owner, on the other hand, plays a game of asymmetry. They make lots of small bets where the downside is limited, but the upside is potentially unlimited. Starting a small online store is an asymmetric bet. The most you can lose is a few $100 and some time. The upside? It could change your life. Writing a book in your spare time is an asymmetric bet. The downside is it doesn't sell. The upside? It becomes a bestseller that pays you for the rest of your life. Mastering this pillar means you stop asking, "How much will this cost me?" and start asking, "What's the potential upside, and can I survive the downside if I'm wrong?" Pillar 5. Reclaim your time. The ultimate asset. This final pillar is the whole point. The reason you build the machine in the first place. It's about reclaiming your time. We're taught to think money is the goal. Money is not the goal. Money is just a tool. The real goal is freedom. And freedom is nothing more than having control over your time. The ultimate measure of wealth isn't dollars in the bank. It's how much time you can go without having to think about money. An employee trades their time for money. If they want more money, they have to give up more time. It's a direct trade. The owner of the machine uses their machine to generate money specifically to buy back their time. When you hire someone to handle customer service, you're buying back 20 hours a week. When your investments generate enough passive income to cover your bills, you've just bought back 40 hours a week, every week, for the rest of your life. You've hit escape velocity. Reclaiming your time isn't about retiring to a beach to do nothing, though you can if you want. It's about having the option. It's about working on projects you love, whether they pay well or not. It's about spending a Tuesday afternoon with your kids without asking for permission. It's about having the freedom to think, read, travel, and create on your own terms. This pillar is a constant game of optimization. As your machines start making money, you have to resist the urge to just upgrade your lifestyle. Instead, your first priority should be to reinvest that money into assets that buy back even more of your time. Hire a virtual assistant. Outsource your bookkeeping. Every task you can delegate for less than what your own time is worth is a win. This is the end game. You start as a gear, trapped in a linear time for money exchange. You shift your mindset, analyze the machine, and build your own. You master leverage and risk to scale it. And you do it all for one ultimate prize: to sever the link between your time and your survival, and to reclaim ownership of every single minute of your one precious life. That is true dominion. We've covered a lot. We've torn down the myth that just working hard will make you rich and exposed the mechanics of the system designed to keep you running in place. We've seen how the game is set up to benefit the owner, not the gear. But more importantly, we've laid out a new path, what I call the Dominion Thesis. It's a path built on 5 pillars: shifting your mindset from employee to owner, identifying the machine you're currently in, taking that first step and building your first machine, scaling it up by mastering leverage and risk, and finally, achieving the ultimate prize: reclaiming your time. This isn't an easy path. It requires a different kind of work, not harder, but smarter. It takes courage and a willingness to reject the conventional wisdom that's been holding you back. That feeling of being undervalued, of watching your best efforts make someone else rich, is not something you have to live with. It's a call to action. It's the signal that you're ready to stop being part of the machine and start building your own. The blueprint is right here. The choice is yours. Stop building someone else's empire. It's time to build your own.